Choose it, use it. In this particular track, what we have is 3 different experiments. And I like to call them experiments because when we experiment in this particular way, it brings a curiosity to what we're connecting to. And when we bring curiosity to what we're connecting to, it enhances the connection. So treat these 3 experiments just like experiments. And what we're going to find is that you are likely to prefer one over the other 2. And this can change day to day. Also, there's 2 other choose it, use it's with a longer duration on platform 2 and platform 3. On this particular one, we focus on visualizations. And the reason we focus on visualizations is because it helps us get to a point of connection. If we visualize something, such as the breath or counting the breath, then what happens is that we are actually getting in sync with the connection to the breath, and then we can let go of the visualization later down the track. The more you find these points of connection, your favorite points of connection, the richer your experience is going to be. And the more you practice these, it will have a knock-on effect to these other points of connection that previous to this were harder to do. So enjoy, choose it, use it. Let's do this.
Choose it, use it. Getting your headphones at a nice level where you can hear my voice softly. Close your eyes if you wish to, or if not, you can hold a soft gaze upon something that's in front of you. And so before we start, just something to reflect on here. What thoughts may your mind give you to try and stop you from practicing this in these next few minutes? Just reflect upon them now. So let's get into this. Relax. Let go of any sense of striving that you may have. And start to become aware of where you are right now. Now, let's explore these 3 different experiments. Guide your awareness to each one as they are described. Experiment number 1. Taking your awareness to your breath, just gently in your mind's eye, mentally count each out-breath. Just the out-breath. As you count each out-breath, you can either visualize these numbers appearing in front of you, or you can mentally hear these numbers in your mind, whichever you prefer. Let your in-breath happen on its own time, and just count each out-breath. It's normal to be distracted. Let go, relax. When you find that you're distracted, gently come back. Okay, now let's move on to experiment number 2. Staying with the breath here. Mentally stating the words in-breath, out-breath with each in-breath and out-breath that you take. Really simple. And just as you're doing this, noticing how when you connect to this experience, it becomes your anchor. It becomes your point of connection to this moment. The normal, natural flow of your breathing. Mentally stating the words in-breath and out-breath, and getting this perfectly in time with the cycle of your breath. And your mind will distract you. This is the practice. Our minds want to show us things in pictures or tell us things in words, but right here and now, this practice doesn't concern the thoughts in our mind. Just allowing them to come and go as you continue this experiment. Now moving on to experiment number 3. This time, notice the length of each in-breath compared to the out-breath. You may like to do this by visualizing in your mind's eye an image of what this looks like. See if you can get the timing of this visualization exactly the same with the timing of your breath. If you prefer not to visualize, you can simply settle into the feeling of each breath you take. Thoughts about the past, thoughts about the future, and maybe even judgments about this very practice that you're doing now. When you notice that you've become carried away by your mind, come back to this experience of your breath. Notice how, when you are with this experience, it becomes your anchor, your point of connection. So now that we've explored 3 different experiments, simply choose one of these 3 experiences. The first was counting each out-breath. The second was mentally stating the words in-breath, out-breath. And the third was the length of each in-breath compared to the out-breath. Which one did you find the easiest to connect to? Commit right now to choose this and use this as your anchor, your point of connection for these next few moments. Gently letting go of distractions in order to be with your experience. Noticing how the experience of your breathing is in the foreground of your awareness, as all thoughts, urges, sensations and sounds can come and go in the background. Again and again your mind will carry you away. When you notice this, take a moment to acknowledge the thought that distracted you and just gently come back again to this chosen experience. Focusing, getting distracted, noticing, and allowing everything else to come and go in the background. And now we're nearing the end of this meditation. If your eyes are closed, create a picture in your mind's eye of what your surroundings will look like. This meditation has come to an end.